Hello everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day. Today's video is a day trip to Seattle to go watch the Mariners and the Sacramento A's. And so we drove, that's my brother David, part of the What We Do crew. We drove about an hour from Sequim to Bainbridge Ferry, and then the ferry ride's roughly about 30 minutes across. Didn't get a ton of video coming across in the morning. This is probably around 10:30ish. So we had a lot of low-lying clouds out there, and so visibility wasn't too good, and we had light rain for most of the morning till we got to the ballpark anyway. So what you're seeing there is just a Space Needle. The other shot was, top of it was in the clouds, and a lot of the city is actually in the clouds right here. So overcast and gray out, you know, it almost looks black and white, but yeah, so the ferry's pretty big. I was a little shocked on how big they were. Quiet, nice ride, a lot of seating in there. They have a little galley in there where you can get some food and drinks and stuff. So yeah, it was a good ride over. You know, most of this footage here is just coming into Seattle there. You know, first time really in Seattle, besides landing there and getting in the shuttle. So yeah, I was a little surprised on how hilly Seattle is. There's a lot of streets. They're fairly steep. So most of the day we just walked up a block or two up to First Street, and then we walked First Street down to the ball field. You know, looked at, you know, a few different shops. We didn't go over to Pike Market or anything like that. Explored too much in the downtown area. You got the Ferris wheel there, and there's a fisherman restaurant and bar in that building right there. T-shirt shop, that type of thing, you know, touristy stuff. Wasn't operating, you know, this was a Wednesday, you know, midday, so yeah, it's a pretty beautiful city, I have to say, you know, right on the water, you know. I mean, and actually I was kind of surprised on how many high-rises there were as well, too. Yeah. Here we're pulling into the terminal, I guess, and the ferry just kind of runs up into this wedge that is rubberized or whatever, and they just force the front end of the ferry right into this wedge, and then leave the motor or the prop running a little bit, and it just forces it and keeps it pinned into the wedge there. That's where the people get off over there, and you can see there's the wedge down there, and then they're lowering the ramp there for all the cars to exit. And then they rope it off, I guess, just for in case the engines stop or anything. So yeah, there's a couple levels of cars and actually some big box trucks too. So you can get fairly large sized vehicles in this thing. Popping down the ramp for the people to get off and us. Over in the background there, you can kind of see there's another ferry right there. I have a shot later in the video. I'll talk about that a little bit more, which I found a little interesting. So after this, we just kind of bolted off down First Street. I didn't take a lot of video. I probably should have, but it was raining at the time, so my lenses were getting fogged and rained on. So anyway, there's Aluminum Field, the home of the world champion Seattle Seahawks this last year. That was pretty much my best video there of that. Down the street right here in between this alleyway, there's tons of vendors that set up there. There's T-Mobile Ballpark. That's where we're going to watch the baseball game, which was the old Seattle Seahawks stadium. So yeah, it's a really nice stadium. It seems like no matter where you sit, you know, you got a pretty good seat. We're sitting out in right field. We got first row right on the wall there, next to the guy with the Elvis chops on, sitting right next to his wife over there. We actually had a home run ball hit about 10 feet to the left and about 10 feet back, so almost had a shot at a ball, but it was a crazy game too. I don't know if you saw any of the highlights, but the Oakland guy hit the ball right back at the pitcher, hit him in the stomach, and the ball actually went inside his jersey, and he couldn't find it, and they had to stop the game for 5 minutes and figure out the ruling. And it ended up being a base hit because, you know, it was some type of uniform rule. But it was an awesome game. Seattle won. In the bottom of the ninth, the A's tied it up. In the top of the ninth with a solo home run with 2 outs, I think. And then the Mariners started to come back and got into a double play. And then they had 3 straight singles and won the game. So yeah, it was a great game. Had to get a shot there of the retirement badges there with Ken Griffey and Martinez and Ichiro and Jackie Robinson tribute there. So yeah, we sat right there by that, in that field right there. So it was great. Here's after the game, walking down, I guess is Alaska Way, I think, by the marina there, you know, heading back to the ferries. But we actually stopped at a bar called Cowgirls. It's kind of like a Coyote Ugly bar. So they had a mechanical bull in there and a bunch of bras up top on a wire. I guess the girls can stand up on the bar, take the bra off, and if they make it up on the wire, they get a free shot. So there you have it. It was pretty dead though. Mainly just some baseball fans in there during the week. You got to go Friday night there, and I guess get in with all the mix of it. So yeah, we're just kind of walking back next to the ferry there, getting back to the terminal, and yeah. You know, people out doing their daily grind. Yeah, a lot of those carts laying around too. You can just pick up and ride wherever you want, and then leave it wherever it sits. You know. This is kind of back, getting ready to board onto the ferry. David's over there getting our ticket. It was a free ride to Seattle, but you got to pay to get back. It was like $11 or something. So it's like $5 each way to ride the ferry. So yeah, there's the other ferry right there. That's pretty much what we're riding on. So you can see on the top, there's two, control cabins. You know, one on the front side and one on the back side. So you know, these boats don't turn around. The captain goes in one and rides it over and parks it, and then he walks across the top of it and gets in the other one and drives it across the other way from the other captain's quarters or whatever you call it. But the bottom two rows that you see there that's all cars. And then the third row up, as you can see some people in there walking around. That's all the seating for all the passengers. And then there's another upper deck that you can go up onto as well. So these shots right here, we're in the seating area, taking through the windows. You can see a little bit of ghosting on the lighting on some people in there. I apologize for that, but so yeah, I'm just gonna make some clips of some different areas on the way back. Showing some different highlights of the route from Seattle to Bainbridge. Those are a lot of condos or something over there. People got their houses all built all over, property's a premium, There's a little bit of open ocean. And then we got, we're coming in a little closer to the other side. Still overcast, not so much rainy in the afternoon, but it didn't start opening up until this afternoon. And then the next few days actually is going to be gorgeous. So we missed sunny days by a day or so. So yeah, here we're gonna have some houses, pretty much right on the beach. The 1%ers, I guess, I'm sure those properties aren't cheap. But yeah, the ferries, it's a really nice ride. Obviously it wasn't rough out there, but fairly quiet. I think they run about 20 knots or so. Yeah, people actually commute into Seattle on it, Yeah. Some more houses. Yeah, I don't see too many moorings out there for people with their boats, so I'm not, it's probably not the best location probably for that. That's why people don't have their boats out there. So it's probably too rough of water for it. Yep. Got some houses up on the hill. Coming into Bainbridge here. Got a little bit of light popping through up there. Here we're on the you know, a bridge going across, and it's actually a floating bridge. So when they open up this bridge for the ships to go through, the roads swing out. It's not it doesn't pop up. So apparently it's like one of the longest floating bridges, top 5. Yeah, there's my brother. We're having a good time, joking and laughing around. It was really a great day. There's some blue skies opening up. Yeah, I don't know how long that bridge is. It seems like it's a couple miles or so. Yeah, right over that direction too is where all the nuclear subs are. And here's just a little section. We're up on a hill coming down the road on the way back to Sequim. We're about 25 miles from Sequim, and then Port Angeles is a little bit farther than that. So I thought I'd just get a little shot of some road views of coming down in this valley. That's fairly similar to driving out in North Carolina somewhat, you know. You have a lot of tall trees on either side of the road and you don't see much other through them, you know. So whenever you get on top of a bluff or something to see a little bit, you know, it's nice. So yeah, you know, that was our day to Seattle. Like I said, we had a really good time at the game, and you know, and at the bar afterwards. We spent a couple hours in the bar. So yeah, you know, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe, and we'll see you next video.